Hello, Kelly Mortensen with Digital Planes, and today in our series, Your Business Will Get Hacked, based on our book, we're going over Chapter 1, written by Andrew Morrison at IT 5280 in Denver, Colorado. And just as an FYI, 5280 refers to the elevation in Denver. So in his chapter titled, Will You Lose It All?, he describes a situation with a vet clinic with about 12 staff, where someone clicked on an email that encrypted malware on their computer and subsequently spread across the network, encrypted all of their computers and their backups. Backups are really your last resort of recovering for something like that, so that's pretty devastating. They remained closed for several weeks while they tried to sort this out. They did manage to get it sorted out to an extent. The owners were at retirement age, so they intended on selling the business as part of their retirement. They had to sell for much less than they intended because of the loss of clients. The client trust, essential records were lost in the process of their business records. Their life's work and retirement were severely damaged, and they felt like they were old enough where they just didn't want to start that whole process over. So in that chapter, Andrew quotes a Verizon report stating that small businesses are the target of 43% of all cyber attacks, and the average amount of those attacks is $188,000. Also, the U.S. Census, or the U.S. Chamber, says that there's 33.2 million small businesses in the U.S., and they account for 99.9% of the businesses. That's almost 14.3 million small businesses that were target of attacks annually. Andrew continued on with how the frequency of the attacks are on the rise. The average payout is on the rise. The insurance industry is paying out less. He continued on to say that the insurance company is now aware that, it's not a matter of if, but when these policies policy holders are breached and compromised. And with that, you have to ask yourself, if you're a hacker, would you rather have one or two huge customers paying you, or would you rather have thousands of customers paying you a smaller amount? I can tell you, when I started this company, we started with a large client. Initially, I thought, oh, this is great. Let's just go get another big client. That's a lot easier said than done. And in hindsight, it's better to have a more balanced customer base. And the same goes for the hackers. And perhaps your business would rather have one customer. Would you rather have one customer paying $1 million, or would you have 100 customers paying you $10,000? And that's what the hackers are after too. They're not after just the big whale customers, as you say, but many easy targets. This is especially true when nearly all these attacks are automated and require very low effort, as opposed to attacking a whale customer that has a lot of defenses in place. It's easier to go after the many small businesses out there that are not doing the bare minimum to protect themselves, or they are with an antiquated IT provider that the hackers find easy to hit. They find it easy to hit up small businesses for $188,000 instead of the big guys like the MGM breach that happened in 2023 for 0.5% of their annual revenue. By the way, the MGM hack, just as a side note, was interesting. They were compromised because the hacker found IT employees from MGM on LinkedIn and simply started calling them, posing as another IT person, another IT employee, and just asked for an administrator password. And that's huge embarrassment for anybody, but it just shows that there's nothing new under the sun once again, and the easy methods are just as effective as complicated methods. So there's lots of ways for hackers to get at you. Andrew at IT 5280 uses the onion example of their approach to cybersecurity. It takes many layers of an onion to protect your data. You must be a huge Shrek fan. But at Digital Planes, we use the candy shell example, like those fancy European chocolates. They maybe have a hard, crunchy outer shell with many layers to protect the sweet liquid chocolate center, which is your data. Raise your hand if you have a sweet tooth or two. Over here I got a whole mouth of sweet tooths. But the fact remains that just one or two pieces of software will not protect your business. You need to have a comprehensive cyber stack of solutions to protect your business and minimize your risk. The number one vulnerability to every business is still business email compromise. When your employee clicks on the wrong email, you need to contain that compromised computer or account and deal with it as fast as possible. It takes an onion or a hard candy shell layer approach to protect your business. When it comes to ransomware attacks, it's not if, but when, as Andrew said in that chapter, and that's something that we prescribe to also. There's just no guarantees that, even with all those pieces, that we can guarantee that somebody won't get perhaps a legitimate email from a legitimate customer that has been hacked on that side, so it gets through some of those layers, but you have to have other layers to protect you at that point too. And if you'd like to learn more about that attack, I can expound on that a little bit offline. So in the end, will you lose it all? It's a scary proposition, and it happens to people every day. Of the 43% of the small businesses, there's bound to be many of those situations happening. The first step is to have a cybersecurity risk assessment to see where you stand. What you get with us when you have a cybersecurity risk assessment is a 75 to 100 plus page report with critical, high, medium, and other information about your IT, and how you can take that report and give it to an internal IT person if you have one on hand. It's basically a prioritized punch list for them to go through and start locking things down. Or you can give it to your current IT provider to have them remediate any issues. Or we would love to discuss with you how we can protect your business and take that proactive approach to protecting you and your clients. On top of that, the benefit is that you get IT that works as you expect it to, and you can focus on what you do best. So give us a call, see how that process works. And if you're in the Denver area, give Andrew a call at IT 5280, and we'll leave a link to his business in the description of this email. Thank you.